and happy Monday. Welcome back to the vlog. Today is an excellent special kind of day. It is our weekly nose to tail feast. So we
best day of the week.
A little bit of different items on our platters than normal. So stay tuned for what they end up looking like. But here's the components. This week we are going to be using more pig skin like we showed you guys the other day.
We've got some oxtail that we sourced from White Oak Pastures. Okay, it is dripping literally everywhere. But something that I find super cool about the oxtail is like, you see those rings? So this is like the bone in the tail. It's almost like the rings of a tree. I don't know. Pretty cool. I'm making an absolute mess. Blood is dripping.
We are having some pasture-raised duck with the skin.
And last but not least, the other fun component is some duck liver, all from White Oak Pastures.
Oh my gosh.
More of a mess. All right.
This is what happens when you let things go. Alright, I'm gonna head to the gym first and then we'll be back to make some food. So until then, have a great Monday. Okay. First we must do some prepping. So what are we doing?
So,
again, our slow cooker, ripping chives a band.
The oxtail's open, so I'm going to put the oxtails in the slow cooker and then just simply cover with water.
So in the nose to tail guide that we created, we actually share really simple preparation methods for 20 different odd parts. So it's really interesting to think that like you might be intimidated to make some of these things, but they're really easy to prepare and they're excellent. So
including oxtail.
Yeah. So all she's doing is popping this in the pan, covering with water.
So oxtail requires low and slow cooking. So we are going to put this, just let it cook in some water with some salt for about 7 to 8 hours. We'll come back and check on it later, but that is all, folks.
So our dad just called us and he told us that he has been watching some of our vlogs, and that's just, I appreciate that so much. He's probably learning a lot. He actually told us he now understands why we don't eat that much ground beef, which is excellent. He is really getting to know us at a deeper level with that piece of knowledge, and I really feel like we're sharing valuable information at this point. That was one of his main takeaways. So I hope you guys understand now too why we don't eat that much ground beef. But anyway, if you're watching this, Daddy, we love you. So we're at the gym and we're about to head in. Today is a, what is it?
Backside lift.
Backside lift. So we're gonna be doing some sumo deadlifts, hamstrings.
I'm doing, no, it's conventional.
Some sort of deadlift, conventional deadlift. Back. Hamstrings.
Rear delts.
Rear delts. Let's go get it.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad. Y más
up at the gym. It was a good lift, but I have a fun little story. I met somebody named Jeremiah, and his name, he told me to remember it by Jeremiah is a bullfrog.
I have no idea.
Jeremiah has 17 other siblings, and one of his siblings' name is Sarah, which I figured was the case. And he asked whether my name, if I spell it with an H or without an H, and he said he thinks his sibling named Sarah spells without an H, but he wasn't sure. So I just thought that was really interesting. Like, his mom went to work. It was all from the same parents. That's an incredible...
You met a great individual today.
Yes, that's all.
But, alright, so our gym is right there. Is right next door to a Barnes and Nobility cafe. So often we come here to the cafe right after the gym and we write out a specific to-do list of like things that gotta get done, shit we gotta get done right now. We do not leave until we cross off each one. So time to get shit done.
Wait, it smells like a cinnamon raisin bagel here with peanut butter on it. It's really excellent.
Oh, I can get that vibe. Alright. So one of the things on our to-do list right now is to edit the nose to tail book that we're working on, and we sent it to our father and he sent us some corrections back. The best correction was, precious ones, you should probably add at the end of the book, make sure you behave like an angel.
Yes, he calls us precious ones, and yes, he's really catching on. We're educating very good things.
Yes. But
good grammar.
To address a question that someone will have, no, we are not going to order anything from this cafe. We don't snack throughout the day. We don't really worry too much about the anabolic window. It's not as short as people say, so we will wait to eat until we get home because I don't want to buy anything from here, and I don't think they care that we're here. I don't know, we'll see. We have now returned home to the kitchen. The smell is no longer that of a cinnamon raisin bagel. It is now oxtail stew, and I must say it is very, very dreamy. Very delicious. Let's pull these bad boys out. So we have had these in Pam for 6.5 hours on low. So let's see.
Give it a little fashion show.
So we'll pull all these out.
Okay, so it smells like a wonderful hearty stew if you've ever made like a slow cooked beef brisket. Very similar, and the meat is very similar too, which we talk a lot about in our nose to tail guide. Since we're making our nose to tail feast, I just wanted to detail a little bit more about the Oregon Cyclopedia, our guide to eating nose to tail that we just came out with. You can pre-order it now on Amazon and it will be released Wednesday, February 12th for you to enjoy. So what is the Oregon Encyclopedia? It's a guide to eating nose to tail. So it goes over several different things, including why we should all be eating more nose to tail, how to get started, how to get past any mental blocks of eating these different odd parts. It goes over 20 different odd parts, including taste and texture descriptions, easy preparation methods, and we even share the macronutrient profile and then several micronutrients that each offal are high in. We go over the difference between cooked versus raw offals, so answering that frequently asked question of whether you need to eat your organs raw to obtain all the nutrients. On that note, we go over 20 different frequently asked questions regarding offal meats, including vitamin A toxicity concern from excess liver, concern over lead contamination in bones, concern over mad cow disease from brain, etc., etc. We also review how to get a significant amount of calcium on an animal-based diet. We provide information on how to source these parts safely, so giving you resources to find a local farmer, a local butcher, CSA, and then we also provide some staple questions you should ask these people to understand whether this is a farm or farmer you can get behind. We go over why in general nose to tail eating has become a pastime and why it's important that we should all be eating more nose to tail, and how Ashley and I got so into this way of life and why we've come to love it. And finally, we provide 4 staple nose to tail recipes that are very intro level, very easy, no scary preparation methods, so something definitely easy for you to get started if you are interested in eating more nose to tail. So I'm going to give you a little bit of like a scroll through just so you can kind of see what it would look like. So here is the book cover, and of course we chose to highlight that beautiful raw bone marrow, which isn't really an organ meat, but we describe that we talk a lot about odd bits that are not frequently eaten too. So we've got the introduction, and then we go through all these different organ meats and odd bits. We go over tips to take your first bite, how to source them, and then cooked versus raw nutrients. We go over
like I said, 20 different frequently asked questions regarding no-still eating, and then 4 different recipes to get you started. This is kind of just a brief look at what it looks like. It is just under 100 pages, so it's a very comprehensive guide, but it's very, very easy read. So yeah, can't share too much more, but guys, if no-still eating has been intimidating for you and this is something that you want to try, or you want to incorporate different items into your animal-based carnivore diet, I highly recommend checking out this resource. We have not always eaten this way. We explain this in the book a lot, like that we did not grow up eating organ meat. So it's definitely been a mental shift in our lifestyle change to incorporate these items, but we absolutely love it. We highly recommend you consider at least incorporating a few of these items more into your diet yourself. So hopefully this book helps you.
Back to cooking.
I don't know how to end this. All right, yes, back to cooking. All I've been doing is staring at these oxtail. It's absolutely wonderful. It smells so good. Time to peel. When you make them, one of the best parts is nibbling on the gelatin on the ends. So don't feel weird if you do this, because we do it too. If you were wondering, each week before our no-still feast, we just come into our offal freezer and we just close our eyes and we say, this, and this, and maybe this, and then we go with it. So there's really no calculated decision to what is going on these plates. It's just kind of what we grab out of that freezer and what we end up using. I like a little spontaneity in my life.
Alright, the reason there are so many duck components of this no-still feast is because we just did a duck haul from White Oak Pastures. So we like to cycle through, well, we'll always be beef based. We like to cycle through different animals each month because each animal is its own unique superstar and has its own unique nutrient profile. So January we did a lot of poultry, so chicken and guinea fowl. February, duck month.
Duck month.
And another reason why it's important is because each animal plays a unique role in the holistic rotational grazing process. So each animal is doing its own part by refurbishing the soil. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
It is hard to find a good duck source. We don't have any good duck sources around us. So that's why we ordered from White Oak Pastures, who does pastured duck properly. Plus, they offer all parts of the duck, which is really cool. And so our duck haul, we said, let's get the whole animal. Nose to tail, let nothing go to waste, right? So we'll start with what we got. We got a whole duck. So this is literally the whole duck with the skin on.
There's a whole duck in there.
We ordered some duck feet. Have never tried these before, so excited about this.
They're kind of like chicken feet on steroids.
Yeah. And then we also got some duck heads because why not? Take a crazy chance.
Why not take a crazy chance? Who's the artist of that? I gotta credit them. Lizzie McGuire. All right. Anyway,
Next
duck
up,
liver.
Duck liver, which we are using today. Then we've got some duck necks. Love this as a crunchy snack.
Have had turkey necks before, not duck necks.
We also got some duck leg quarters. So this is like the thigh and the leg. Then the
cool beans and stuff.
Duck breastises.
That's what we're having today.
With the skin on.
I am here and I'm ready for it.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Sarah Armstrong and I'm ready to eat that.
Plus, guys, the dogs get to do duck month with us. And there's a duck pet grind from White Oak Pastures. So if you guys are interested in trying some duck, use code Strong.Sistas.
No, there's no dot. There's no dot.
Oh, there's no, just Strong.Sistas at White Oak checkout. Let them know who sent you. It helps support us so that we can continue to do these type of things.
Yeah. Cool beans.
Now let's get cooking.
Thank you for that great duck haul. Good job, Ashley. A+. She's not done.
If we all just ordered duck breasts, then like, what would happen to the rest of the animal?
Where would it go?
Let nothing go to waste.
Where would it go? Thank you.
Brace yourselves for this beast of a feast. Review of all of the components, many components here. Okay, plate number 1, we've got the duck breast with skin on. So it's got the crispy skin. Like, yes, please? Yes, please.
We have pork skin noodles fried
buttery
in
noodles.
butter.
Buttery noodles.
So they're still a little soft.
Raw beef suet.
And raw bone marrow for our fats. Second plate, we've got some
Chuck steak.
Chuck steak, of course, is just a staple. We have a little bit of extra duck liver on the side, seared in butter.
And then we split the oxtail, so this is half the oxtail, and the other person has the other half.
We have a duck liver pate that Ashley made.
Yeah, that bowl is not as pretty. And then, last but not least, of course, a cup of bone broth. Everything seasoned with salt, and it is indeed time to eat, yo. This is a OMAD kind of day, just a little bit easier for us to do on these nose to tail feast days. Gives us some time to be creative in the kitchen, so.
All right, guys, until tomorrow.
Behave like an angel.